Anyway, like I say, I was planning on buying Russia, and people looked at me and people said, "Why do you want to buy Russia?" Because I was like, "Well, I think we should buy the country above us." Because and so I asked them, I was like, let's buy Russia, or let's buy the land, all the land above us. Go see how much they'll sell for, or whatever. Anyway, so all the property above, all the thing from Russia up, basically, around in there. My people went out and they found out how much people would sell for and all that. And like I said, the standard deal of basically you sell now, and you get the money, or you can keep your house for the point in time of your life, and then when you die, it goes to me, but we get to build on it or do whatever we want on it, basically. So anyway, so I buy all of Russia, and and like my people say, they say no one goes there, no one wants to live there, nothing grows in Russia. There's no point in actually even being in Russia. There's nothing up there. It's a frozen wasteland. I'm like, good. It should be cheap. I'm like, good. It shouldn't cost that much. Like, why would you want to buy Russia? I'm like, well, why not? I want to build. I want to mine. So there are no real roads to Russia, and it is a nightmare to get up there. Like my people start out, and I'm paying them and stuff like that, and then they're just going into Russia, and like I say, they're just going up, up into Russia, and like they say, no one goes there. You can't even get there half the time of the year. Why do you want to go there? It's like I want to go there. I want to build up there. Let's go. So they're like, okay, go buy the land. It's like, we don't even know who to talk to in Russia. There's no one up there. I'm like, well, when you find someone, ask them how much they'll sell for. So, and I designed tanks and stuff and all terrain vehicles. So we have tanks and all terrain vehicles. So LS Industries, how much will you sell for? I think they even the England actually even did a commercial or a skit about it where it's like a tank drives up and basically someone gets out of his tank and says, "How much will you sell for?" Your land. We want to buy your land because we manufacture tanks. Like normally, I just do tanks and aircraft and stuff like that, and big ships like the Titanic, and so. Like I send my people out in tanks to go talk to all these people. It's like, how much will you sell for? Oh, okay. And then they drive off, and then they show up a couple days later, a little glass, a German with glasses, and a little piece of paper and some money, and he's like, another one sells. And so I bought up all the land in Russia, every square foot. That wasn't very much. I mean, we're talking about 1800 prices or whatever. LS manufacturing, LS shipping, and all that. Anyway, so I buy up all. So they drive my tanks around, and they go out and they go to every farmhouse, every outhouse, every place, looking for people. Like how much the land do you own? How much will you sell for? And they basically do this all over Russia. And no one's there anyway. Like it turns out there really isn't anyone there. Like you can't even get there, and there's just a couple people milling about at best, and really no one there. So anyway, so I buy all of Russia, and then like I say, I just go around around the continents, and be like, people basically just drive around and be like, how much will you sell for? Okay. And then a couple days later, a lawyer shows up with a contract and some money, and is like, here you go, whatever you ask for, or more. You can move now or you can move later. And later on, I'm like, well, they don't really have to move, just I own their land now. So, because I don't want any restrictions on building or mining. Like I've had that before where it's like we get to a spot and it's like, I won't sell. You can't drill underneath me. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess trains can make a corner. Go back a couple miles. Start going over, and because one time it's like that, we're like and we didn't buy the land, we didn't own the land, and we get to this one farm, and he's like, 1,000 foot down, 30,000 foot long, tunnel, and we get to this one guy, and he's like, I won't sell, you can't drill underneath me. It's like, back it up. pack up our drilling equipment, turn, and start going at a different angle just to get around this guy. And then there's another guy down the road. He's like, I want Sal. Like, it was supposed to make this nice, beautiful, like bend through the countryside, but this guy wouldn't sell, so we had to go. And then this guy won't sell. Had to make this big S through the ground. And it's like, and it turns out better because my name is Lucifer Star, so it's like, well, it's an S. That's okay. So, and basically it's because when we got there, the person wouldn't sell them. They didn't want us drilling underneath them. So, all right, fine. And so we just go around them, and we're mining the metal anyway from the rock, so it's not really a big deal. So still making money. So the mines are paying for themselves basically. Because we're getting so much metal out of the ground. So anyway, so I buy up, in order for me to mine and everything, I buy up all the land on top, and then I just say, well, you can live there. I don't care. I'm just drilling underneath you and mining and stuff, and doing other kinds of other stuff. And maybe I might ask you to work in a factory or something. So then later on, we're like, well, we do own the land, so we're going to build this huge, new, beautiful factory. And we want to put it right there. Is that okay? And they're like, well, we don't, that's just a pasture. Yeah, I guess. So he's like, so yeah, so that's how. That's why the Renault Fortune is worth so much, because it's actually the LS Fortune. It's actually me. Just like in Belfast Shipyard, I was like, it wasn't for sale. They had no right to sell any of that off. Black and Brown, and Harvard, Harlem, and he actually changed it to Harvard. Harlem and Wolf or whatever, what they did was illegal and wrong. And they actually killed a bunch of people and tortured a bunch of people to actually get the shipyard. LS and NLC, those were my shipyards. I never sold them. So they went in there and they tortured the German that worked there and actually got him to sign it over under threat of torture. And then they killed him. So, and it actually turned out it wasn't even him. They actually just got someone to scrawl some words or stuff like that. And you can obviously tell that it's not even the guy. So Belfast basically reverted to me. It's all mine, basically. It was always mine. So I dug the whole channel, and it actually used to be like if when they went back further in the records, it was actually my old quarry. So which was built, and I owned it in like 1200, year 1200. So like the whole area was mine. So anyway. And that's actually how we kicked out the blacks and browns out of there, because they were wrecking everything, and they were like, we can live here, or we bought this place, we rented this place, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you don't. No, you didn't. We have the right to refuse. So they were picked up and moved out, I think, at some point. I'm pretty sure. I might have let them back in at some point in time, but then they get all mad and just destroy the place even more. Anyway, like I say, they have a real issue with me. And anyway, so... Anyway... And that's how we got Black and Brown. Like I said, I actually invented and I had the first toilets built. And like, I was rich off of that. And then Mr. Brown goes in and it says, well, I have Brown. And then Brown was blah, 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 blah. And he starts selling these little toilets, these little bitty toilets, basically boxes with holes on top. And he starts trying to buy my company. And saying that he owns my toilet company. It's like, no, I did not sell that toilet research manufacturing because I'm the only one with porcelain, because I have the porcelain research. So I'm the only one with porcelain. So it's like, and he just had a cardboard box with a lid on top, and that was his toilet, his record-breaking. He has this record-breaking sales toilet. And it's like a toilet for like $6, and it's basically just a box with a hole cut in it. And he tries to buy my real toilet company. So, and then they try to take it as some sort of war whatever thing, and it's like, no, that's my toilet company, and I made a lot of money off of it. So, anyway,